everybody, it's me, James Tyson, that guy from the Oracles with James Tyson podcast. I'm out with Kirby. This is Kirby. That's Kirby there. Just hanging out in the forest, not too far from where I live, taking a walk in the woods right beside the water, and obviously a plane. Tide must be going out because you can smell the salty beach, which actually I think is the name of a waitress I once knew. Whole other story. Anyway, just wanted to say yesterday I had an opportunity to hang with a guy named Philip Solo. If you go to YouTube, Philip Solo TV, the interview won't be there yet, but we filmed a bit and we're going to start filming a little bit more, and it's going to be some paranormal stuff. Hopefully we're going to get somebody local here who thinks they have a ghost wandering through their house, and we'll either show up with a remote psychic or do the house remotely and have a conversation with the dead person. So that's a plan. So we'll try to do that. What else is news? Shout out to Elon Musk. 15 speakers in the Tesla Model 3, and you can't blow them up. It's kind of cool. It's the best sound system I've ever had in a vehicle, and that's including the aftermarket stuff. As a kid, you'd spend way too much money and hook that stuff up. So Elon, my music liking buddy, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, because it makes the drive, and basically it's the only noise the car makes. If the people at the intersection don't mind listening to Slayer through the side of the car, it's kind of fun. But again, thanks, Elon. Love to pick your brain about what's coming, or what you think you'd like to see in the future, or what you think the future is going to be like, or who's giving you these ideas. Who do you know? Who do you know out there who plants these seeds? Very, very cool. Anyway, thanks, Elon, for the speaker system in the Model 3. So did the YouTube, or to be soon YouTube interview with Philip Solomon TV. That's not Solomon. Philip Solo TV. Sorry, Phil. And sat around a place, a very haunted location in Vancouver called the Billy Bishop Legion. And Philip's cool because he and I drink Guinness. And we have a number here in Port Moody, British Columbia. We have a number of microbreweries, and lineups on a lot of them. Biggest lineup on the one that has beer that's nitrous. So they have porter and there's nitrous beer. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the really fizzy, hoppy, pine cone, pineapple, friggin' hipster beer stuff. But I understand that that's kind of they're targeting the girl market, and the young girls get in there and they drink the 11% alcohol, fizzy, pine cone, pineapple, orange, lime beer. And that then brings the guys in and forces them to drink it, even though we don't like it. And yes, we can drink porter in the summer. It's not like we're drinking hot coffee. Come on. Yellow Dog, you know that. So smarten up and start getting the beer on nitrous again. So anyway, that was Philip and I ranting on beer. So Philip and I, we chatted about ghosts, and he asked me questions about who I am and why I do it, and we get into that conversation. So it was a lot of fun, and we'll continue to do a few more of those. That's kind of about it for me. Oh, coming up, interviewed a wonderful lady, an angel communicator, Christine Alexandra from Virginia. Christine Alexandria from Virginia, but not from Alexandria, Virginia. Anyway, Christine. So she's coming up in the next 48 to 72 hours. You'll see that up on the website or anywhere that you find a podcast. Just check out the Oracles with James Tyson, and Christine's on there. We talked about angels and what they could be and why they're around, how she communicates with them, how she knows she communicates with them, how she knows what an angel is. We check into that. Actually bought a friend of mine who is kind of awakening to her empathic and intuitive side. I bought her one of Christine's books. So she's a very, very cool lady. So if you get a chance, just Google her. Her website's Angel Chatter, and Christine Alexandria. Very cool lady, and does online classes. And some of them are free, like Archangel Michael ones and things like that. The other lady I interviewed was a paranormal investigator you may have seen on bizarre television shows with those three guys that do paranormal investigations. And one of the episodes she did was the Hotel Leger, I think it was. And she's got a black belt in that hotel, so that's in Texas. She moved from the Bay Area in LA and Northern California, NorCal, out to Texas a few years ago. And she pokes around doing paranormal investigations there. Her name is Tammy. And Tammy, I know we talked about your last name. It's just not one of those names you look at and go, oh, that's easy to say. So it's actually Jaramathy. Tammy Tammy. When you look at her name, it's like Gyra Mathy. So it's pronounced Jaramathy. So Tammy Jaramathy. She is a paranormal investigator out of Texas, and we talked a lot about what she's poked around in. The Hill House investigations, we talked about when she first started seeing dead people showing up and ghosts. And she's trying to not tell me that she's intuitive, but I go my gut feeling, and I've seen ghosts and I can feel them and I know I can see them. It's like, yeah, you're intuitive. So it's kind of cute going that route. And also I agree with her on a few things in regards to people who charge paranormal teams to come in and to some asylum somewhere and poke around and tease the dead folk and harass them just like they were harassed in life. So we agree on what we think about that. Yeah, so that was interesting. That's going to be coming out shortly too. So they're in the can, as those professional people say. And I just have to do some editing and throw them on with a bit of graphics so you'll see them pop up. So again, one's Christine Alexandria. She's an angel communicator, very, very cool author, very nice lady out of Virginia. A lot of experience seeing not only dead people, but communicating with angels and actually channeling. She is a channel. We don't get into that much of the channeling in the podcast, but we do talk about how that works. So quite interesting. And then Tammy Jaramathy, I think his name. Tammy, you got to change your name. Damn it. This is me saying this with my one syllable first name. It's very, very cool too. You can follow her. Go to Facebook, Tammy Nicole. That's actually a lot better. Tammy Nicole on Facebook, and because her website's not really up kicking yet. She does have a website. It's TNT Paranormal Trail or something. Sorry, Tammy, right off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is. But if you go to her Facebook, poke around there, send her a message, ask her what her Facebook is, or website is. So it's Tammy Nicole in Texas, and talk to her about it. So she's got about 20 years experience in paranormal investigating, and has an opinion on most everything to do with what people call ghost hunting. And we talk about what to do when you do find them. What are we supposed to do when we show up at somebody's house who thinks there's a ghost in the house, and we say, yeah, there is. We got a picture of it, and stand at the top of the stairs. Now what do you do? Some paranormal groups, some that I've been involved in, will not tell the people who live there. But they'll get a whole bunch of their friends to come back next week to get the pictures and have conversation with the ghost, and then not tell the client, and then bring a whole bunch of people back and turn it into a little mini adventure, a little ghostly Disneyland. So very interesting. That's what's coming up, and we're going to have some more paranormal team people on in the next month or two over the summer here, and then we're going to get into some ufology stuff again, because I was talking to Philip Solo from Philip Solo TV, and he was saying a friend of his actually in this area goes out in his van at night and just basically looks up and starts taking pictures of UFOs. They're getting really busy. If you know anybody who is into ufology in your town or your area, ask them if there's an increase of sightings. Or maybe it's just because in the last 90 days with the shutdown of everything and the air quality is a lot easier, and maybe we're seeing a little bit more through the pollution that we used to look up in. Or they're coming down and actually can see us now going, hey, look, we can see, look at those ants down there running around. And we can see you now that we're not having to look through all that crap that was in the atmosphere. But God bless you, we're putting the crap back into the atmosphere. Yeah, so anyway, that's me, James Tyson, my dog Kirby, right Kirby? Yeah, that's Kirby not looking too excited. Anyway, we're gonna head out back on the walk. Again, go over to Philip Solo, S-O-L-O TV. Check out his YouTube channel and keep an eye on that. Actually, if you come over to any of my social media, my Instagram, James Tyson, or Facebook, The Oracles of James Tyson, or James Tyson, keep an eye on that, and I'll be reposting his stuff and possibly somehow connect it over to my YouTube channel. Oh, which is another thing. I've had a YouTube channel since about 2014, 2015. There's a crap load of podcasts on there. And got a couple of thousand people following those podcasts, which I don't add anything to because I have a new podcast on a different YouTube channel. And I can't meld both of them. That is the weirdest hand thing for melding. I can't put them both together. So I have two YouTube channels under the same name. So I think it's The Oracles with James Tyson or James Tyson. Anyway, check both of them out. The one's got 50 or 60 or 70 new podcasts on it. The other one's got 80 or 90 or 100 old podcasts. If I can put them all together, maybe I should just add the new ones to the old one. I'll start doing that. And we'll get those things back out there. That'll be kind of cool. So again, drop by, say hi, check out the Oracle. If you like paranormal stuff, you like ufological stuff, you like kids screaming in the forest, which is kind of creepy. Elves. It's the gnomes. There's gnomes everywhere. Right, Kirby? Anyway, check it out if you like parapsychological, ufological, cryptozoological kind of things, and a lot of psychics, a lot of woo-woo. Check out the oracles of jamestyson.com. See if you like it. If you do, come hang out a little bit more. I'll talk to you later. Gonna head out with Kirby if he wants to move now, and see what kind of trouble we can get into later tonight on the motorcycle. Ta-ta. Oh my God.